said that the prelim count here is 700 people packed in on multiple levels here watching this big ball match and the festivities here on the show court.
Side out. First man, 0, serving 2. Point. 1, serving 2.
Very clear image
Point.
from these camera angles on the mid-court and off to the right side.
2, serving 2.
Score here is 2-2. First game, third place.
Second man.
Big ball doubles, and immediately following this, we'll have the finals. Dave Fink is up in the third level balcony looking down on this court,
Serving 2.
and he has his microphone. So we'll chat with him once he decides to start speaking.
3, serving 2. Point. 4, serving 2. Point.
I'm surprised, Dave, that
Hold up. Hey,
they're not playing the finals now with a third place match on one of the back courts, because when it starts to get dark here, they're difficult to see.
Side out.
I think the lights turn on automatically here, but they did bring in some floodlights, which I'm sure they're going to turn on soon. Nobody's complaining.
Point.
Leave it to me.
I expected you to say something. I had that line actually written down on a piece of paper, knowing that it would come out.
Thanks for saving it for me.
Camera angle here is absolutely remarkable. I know you can't see it, Dave. But looking back into the court, it looks really clear. But from the front camera angle, looking back, it looks really dark. But that's okay. These locals play in these conditions all the time, Dave.
4, serving 5.
Big ball players elected to play with the red Echelon Fireball because it moves quicker.
5, serving 4.
Edgar Abrajo and Andrew Diaz in the gray shirts.
Abrajo and Diaz, Dave, I believe, have a big advantage in this third place match because Shorty and Pee Wee are used to playing for championships. They have to be really let down here, particularly after just losing such a close match about 20 minutes ago.
Point.
That's true, Dave, but the prize money actually has increased
Serving 4.
a lot between third and fourth, so.
Well, they say that money's a big motivator.
I know it's not for you.
Down ball. Second man.
Shorty Ruiz wearing the WPH yellow jersey. Those are only handed to those that win WPH tournaments. Very rare to see someone wearing a yellow jersey. Although we hold a tournament, seems like every weekend.
And we hand out about 10 yellow jerseys every weekend, usually holding just about 8 pro divisions per event.
Point.
I know, Dave, there's some discussion as to why you earned a yellow jersey in Kansas City for a BC combined event. That matter's actually being investigated.
Has my name on the back. Unfortunately, I've gained 80 pounds since that win, and I can't wear it anymore, so it's been put into the trophy case, which I think what you're trying to do as part of the investigation is break the glass and take the shirt out.
Well, if I have to, I will, but I hope that you would just take it out of the case where it doesn't belong and give it back to the committee.
So I'm like Reggie Bush.
6, serving 7.
As far as I'm concerned, yes, that win never happened.
Point.
Score here is 7-7. Abrajo and Diaz
7, serving 7.
all together here at 7. They said it's going to get wild out here, Dave, during the finals. And the crew here that's
Over.
in the crowd, which is reported now at 723 people, they said might go up in upwards of 1,000 to 1,200 people on the site as families are starting to pour in here. They're taking shuttle buses from all around Compton and South LA, East LA, and surrounding areas.
2 bounces. Good call.
Pee Wee Castro sporting that manly color of,
7.
oh, well,
serving
never mind. 7 serve 7.
Dave, I want you to just take a look at the body language of the referee and the line judges. They're so engaged in this. So often
Side
in
out.
four-wall, Dave, you see guys really not that into it.
7.
And I think you know
serving
exactly what
7.
I mean.
Well, what I-
Referees distracted, having conversations with fans during rallies.
well, Dave,
Perhaps a cold beverage in one hand.
7.
a hot dog on the other. I know, but you know, I think the difference is they've got 600 people behind them that won't let them do that. That's one of the
Point.
differences. The other thing is they take pride in reffing these big matches, Dave.
They actually are trying to be on the list, the referee, and they're not being paid. Four-wall players, they tend to actually hide. I saw a couple guys hiding behind you. You hid 3 people.
Now, Pee Wee Castro was just pushed out of the way, and the
8.
referee
Serving
was
7.
warned by Pee Wee saying, "What the heck? I don't get. No one pushes me out here."
Point.
Pee Wee's not going to put up with that.
9.
His name may
serving
be
7.
something that indicates that he can be pushed around, but he's not going to be pushed around.
Side out.
Look for some fireworks, Dave,
7.
between
Serving 9.
on the right side here.
Down ball. Second man.
You're
7.
right, Dave. Pee
Serving
Wee
9.
will not be pushed around. He's a man's man.
Over.
Nice get right there from Shorty. Had to work overtime.
7. Serving 9.
Forward and back, forward and back.
Side out.
And that ball sent over the front court. Now it's a side out. Pee Wee Castro serving.
That ball actually hitting the 27-seat Hummer stretch
9.
limousine
Serving 7.
that transported Shorty Ruiz to the club today.
Point.
That's just a small part of
10.
his fleet
Serving 7.
of luxury vehicles, Dave. He's a collector.
Well, he collected a lot of national
Out.
trophies.
Second man. 10. Serving 7.
10 serve 7. Shorty Ruiz serving for Team Castro Ruiz. Wow. Shorty kept that rally alive.
Side out.
Pee Wee unable to flip it back up.
Seven. Serving 10.
Score here is 7-10.
Out.
Huge air there, Dave, serving the ball out of the court.
Second man. 7. Serving 10. Side out.
This is for third place.
10. Serving 7.
Men's final of the 3-wall big ball coming up next.
Beautiful
Point.
stiff arm kill from Shorty Ruiz there, Dave.
11. Serving 7.
He's He's more consistent with his left hand, but not quite as explosive.
Second man. 11, serving 7. Side out. 7, serving 11. Point.
And that ball will stay up in the netting.
Ball.
A lot of action
8,
here, Dave, for
serving 11.
just midway through the first game.
Down ball.
You notice, Dave, that the point's a lot longer than we see in the
Second
four-wall
man,
court, but the
8,
matches
serving 11.
take just about the same amount of time because you don't have the timeouts
Down
and
ball.
wiping of the floor
Point.
and the changing of the gloves. It's nonstop
9,
action.
serving 11. Point.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. I thought these would go on forever, but the matches are actually
10,
quicker.
Serving 11.
Abrajo and Diaz serving to
Point.
Pee Wee Castro and Shorty Ruiz. This is the third place big ball 3-wall match.
Well, Dave, you think about the two glove
11,
changes,
serving
an
11.
average of about 4 timeouts per game in four-wall, and you've got 10 minutes right there. Those timeouts usually extend to more like 15 to 18 minutes, and then you factor in wiping the floor, which adds about another 15 to 8
12,
minutes per game,
11.
as well as arguing with the referees another 2 minutes, and you're talking about 35 minutes in each game in four-wall, Dave, not playing handball.
Well,
Point.
here's another thing you need to realize as well is
Timeout.
that here in
2
big
minutes.
ball, when they say that they're going to start at 4 o'clock, they start right at 4. They don't start at 4:25. Four-wall referees allow the players to warm up as long as they want to for some reason. Out here, they're always prepared to play.
Fortunately, Dave, 2 of the top big ball referees yet to be named will be attending the referee seminar in Barbados in just a couple of weeks, and they will be serving as instructors, not students.
I know. That one, there's a lot. I can't see. There's a lot of waivers, so that's the reason.
Now the ball girl is coming by to put some.
Because there's a lot of times up on the net.
Now the crowd really likes the ball girl, and they're going crazy for her as she cleans off the glass here. Now don't think that, Dave, that this isn't done intentionally.
What you want to do is just keep your eye on that corner. Yeah.
She actually made it worse.
Let's see who was honest enough to
Well, it was done intentionally. The window needed to be cleaned, and
Actually-
she was the first available person that was able to clean it.
Okay, but it's actually worse now. There's smudge marks on the upper
Time
left
is close.
corner, but that's all right. Maybe we'll have to have her come back, Dave, and fix her error.
Well, that's her job. She was hired based on her ability to do that job.
Does that add to the timeouts and the difference between the 4-wall and 3-wall, that right there?
Well, that was all part of the 1-minute timeout. I actually am at 58 seconds here. And even
13,
with cleaning the
serving
window,
11.
Dave, it's still just 1 minute. I haven't seen one-minute timeout in four-wall take just 1 minute.
Love this camera angle. Unfortunately, the sun has gone down. It's hard to see the ball.
Side out.
Gene Casimoto telling me, Dave, that the average four-wall 1-minute timeout lasts 1 minute and 34 seconds.
13. Point.
This is the men's third place of the big ball doubles division.
12, serving 13.
12 to 13, Pee Wee Castro serving to Abrajo and Diaz.
Down ball.
Now I thought for a brief moment,
Second
Dave,
man.
I was going to get a cameo here in the booth with Ricky Ruiz,
12, serving 13.
who I said, aren't you going to prepare for your final match? He goes, it doesn't matter. I don't do anything other than sit and talk anyway.
Down ball. Side out.
So I believe we'll have Ricky Ruiz step into the booth with us, and he'll help analyze.
13, serving 12.
I thought that about announcing, Dave. I haven't won a match since I started just sitting and talking before every
Handball.
match.
Well, I'm one step ahead of you. I haven't played handball
That's
since
my
I started
next step.
announcing.
Man, 13 serving 12.
13 to 12.
And that drops
Good
in.
ball.
Shorty misjudging that lob as it fell just about 2
Point.
inches inside the baseline.
14 serving 12.
Starting to get dark here.
Side
Now,
out.
Dave, you get to see it through a different perspective looking down. Does it look really bright to you still here courtside?
There's definitely
First
no
man,
problem whatsoever seeing the
12,
ball,
serving
Dave. For the
14.
players, unfortunately, for our webcast viewers, it sounds like it's becoming difficult to follow the action. We'll see, Dave, what kind of difference the lights make when they are turned on.
Point. 13 serving 14.
Score here is 13 to 14, not 12 to 14. These guys playing a lot higher in the air. That's a different
Handball.
strategy than we've seen before, David. We've done some of these matches in
Second man.
Vegas and the Tucson event, where players are
13
not
serving
hitting the
14.
ball deep as much, but we're seeing a lot here with the team of
Side out.
Abraju and Diaz.
While talking to some of the top three-wall players, they said this would be a more
Timeout, 2
lobbing
minutes.
high game than it was in Vegas because the court, is not nearly as wide. So they'll be utilizing
Hey, why you cosplay?
the top of the wall to push their opponents out of the front court.
You're watching the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball live here at Los Caballeros Sports Village. This is third place being played out at the portable three-wall court that was constructed by Simple Green and Nate Alvarado. They came out, built this beautiful three-wall court. They cut a hole in the front for our camera. Now you're able to catch it at home or wherever you are around the world.
I believe, Dave, that court was designed by Jeff Helam of Tucson Rolling Shutters.
Jeff Helam, one of the board of directors of the WPH, sent them drawings, and this is what they came up with as they followed Jeff's work. And I know that
Okay, time in.
the WPH is working on having one of our own portable courts that we will use and utilize locally at the Tucson Racket Club or in our own parking lot on Fort Lowell Drive in Tucson.
Here we go.
Now we're back into play here.
14 serving 13.
Now, Dave, are you standing or sitting in a chair as you watch this match?
Well, it's a strange question, but I am actually sitting down. The only piece of furniture, Dave, in my luxury suite is a desk chair, and I'm using it.
Oddly, I was in that suite and I never saw that chair.
Well, it was just recently added. We did some furniture shopping.
Down ball.
And the crowd likes that down ball call.
Second man. 14 serving 13.
And there's
Side out.
Shorty with a beautiful flat kill. Let's not forget, Dave, these guys are
13
playing
serving 14.
best out of 3, so it could be a while until the finals.
Should be a put-away shot right here for Pee-wee. And that one's sent
Point.
over the top.
Pee-wee has only ended 6 rallies today with kill
14
shots.
serving 14.
Does that include earlier rounds, Dave?
It includes the semifinals today and this match thus far. In comparison, Dave, Shorty Ruiz, his partner, has ended 53 rallies with kill shots, but also made 44 unforced errors.
15, serving 14.
So Shorty's taking his chances. He's connecting a little bit over half the time.
Point. 16, serving 14.
Pee Wee Castro serving here at 16 to 14.
Down ball. Second man.
It shows you what kind of respect Pee Wee has for
14.
Shorty Ruiz to recruit him as a doubles partner for this huge event.
Point.
Shorty could play with anyone, Dave. He's a legend here in Southern
17,
California.
serving 14.
He chose Pee Wee Castro, who doesn't even play three-wall handball. The two have become friends over the last year, meeting each other in Las Vegas 2010 when the WPH put on a World Outdoor Racquetball Handball Championship, and they've become very close.
Over. Serving 14.
17-14, third place men's pro
Point.
doubles match here at the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball.
18, serving 14.
Now you can see Abrajo and Diaz starting to get frustrated with each other, which is always a sign of a good team.
Well, they're still fighting,
Side out.
even if it is with one another.
14, serving 18. Over.
That ball hit Team Abrajo.
14, serving 18. Over. That was going up. That was good. It would have made it.
Definitely would have
ball.
made it. No question.
14, serving 18. Out.
I like that angle right there, but he just hit it
Point.
too hard.
It's actually getting
15,
really
serving
cold out
18.
here, Dave. The sun is going down, and sort of that fog and moisture is coming back in the air. Very chilly.
And the crowd's appreciating that here courtside.
16, serving 18.
Score is 16 to 18 here, first game. Men's third place. That was a kill shot from
Two
Pee Wee.
bounces. Second man, 16, serving 18.
These players are starting to look beat up, Dave.
Well, how can they not go to their fifth match
Over.
in 3 days?
Give us room. Guys got to give each other room in there. Here we go. Gonna take that over. 16, serving 18. Down ball.
Shorty diving a little late for that shot, unable to pick it up on one bounce.
17, serving 18.
17 serves 18 here.
And this is what the crowd loves so much out here, Dave. The excitement, the competitive play.
Side out. 18, serving 17.
And we have a special guest, Dave. As I told you earlier, Ricky Ruiz is stopping
Point.
by during this
Ball
first
in.
game of the men's third place
Timeout.
doubles here at the Simple Green U.S. Open. And it's a perfect timeout call from our referee at 19 to 17. We have Ricky Ruiz, who is in the finals with partner Samson Hernandez. Ricky, first of all, how are you feeling? And secondly, do Do you guys normally play in weather like this out here where that coastal kind of fog starts to creep in and it starts getting a little chilly?
Yeah, we're used to it. We're used to this weather. You know, hopefully in the finals it stays a little bit light out. You know, kind of hard to see at night, but you know, the better team is gonna win.
And you're going to play boxer Gerberto Rosales and his doubles partner, young Raul Calvillo. And Raul is what, 16 years old?
16.
16 years
He's
old.
a great 16-year-old player.
Now we're talking about Juan Santos being a great 16-year-old player, but this Raul kid is remarkable as well, isn't he? He looks like, when you talk to him, he looks like he's like 25, 26 years old, and he's only 16. He doesn't even have his driver's license yet, and he has a chance to win $5,000.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Now you're going to try to stop him from doing that. What strategy do you guys have? Pick on the kid or go after the boxer's left hand? Which one?
This is gonna be a tough match. You know, we're just gonna have to play our game and not focus on one player. We just have to focus on what our shots have to fall in, and hopefully they do. And then it's our time this time. We lost to them in Vegas, and hopefully we could reverse that.
Yeah, this is going to be a rematch of Vegas.
19, serving 17.
Now you look at the clarity of that picture right there on this monitor. What do you think about bringing the cameras out here and exposing big ball to the rest of the world, where this is a sport that you've known for many years has been something that should be out here on the grand stage, and now it is starting to see its day, more so in the last, I'd say, month than ever before. How does that make you feel, knowing that there's other groups, handball associations, that are focusing on big ball, a sport you love?
No, it's great. It's great. Big ball, to most of us, really think this is the future of handball, and hopefully, you know, you guys have more tournaments and invite us out here, because it's a great turnout for everybody, for WPHA, USHA, and hopefully it turns out to be a great thing.
What do you think about Simple Green as we look here at this half out?
17, serving 20.
Another close match. There's been a lot of those here. Simple Green stepping up and sponsoring. Does that mean a lot to those that have come out?
Oh no, Simple Green. This is a great tournament for us, and we'd like to thank Simple Green. And it wouldn't be possible without them and you guys.
Serving 20.
We look back from that front wall camera, looking at the crowds, Ricky. I mean, they have really come out here and support the big ball players, and that really is something that
18, serving 20.
is hard for us to try to get across to you guys, but it seems like you just do it naturally. You come out and support the event. I seem to think that with these big crowds, you have secured your spot here at future events. What do you think about that?
Well, I think big balls, you know, it's a good thing, and it's a bad shot by Shorty. Hopefully, you know, you guys continue to have this event for us, and in the future, hopefully it could be
19,
bigger than it is now.
Serving 20.
19 serves 20 here.
Ricky, I've got a bunch of questions I'd love to ask you, but it's 19-20 here in the first game, and that should have been an avoidable hinder. Stepping right into Pee-wee's line there.
19, serving 20.
We're at 19 to 20. Dave Fink is up in the third level. I'm sure you saw him up there. Ricky, it's hard to not
Down ball.
take in some of the sights and sounds that you see out here at courtside, even though I know you're playing and you're going to be in the finals coming up in about 30 minutes or maybe even 45 minutes. This is going to, maybe could go
20,
breaker.
Serving 20.
We're all together at 20 here.
Over.
And Ricky, this really has been the story of the day for your brothers Shorty and Pee-wee, who've had leads but unable to
20, serving 20.
finish games off. They had you and Sampson down 19-16 in that first game before falling 21-19, and here they've had a 2016 lead and now find themselves battling a 20-20.
Wow, look at that shot right there from your brother, Shorty Ruiz. Now, why, Ricky, do you not play doubles with your brother?
Me and Sampson have been playing big ball doubles for almost 3 years now, and when we partnered up, Shorty was more into small ball. So I mean, you know, you make a commitment to a partner, you can't break that commitment, especially if we're winning.
Wow, it just happened that quickly. They had a chance to lose your brother and Pee-wee Castro. They get that quick side out on that amazing thunderbolt right arm of your brother Shorty Ruiz, and that forces the side out, and they go back in and win 21-20. We're talking to Ricky Ruiz, who is in the finals of the Big Ball Pro Doubles It's supposed to kick off at 5 p.m. Pacific time here, and it's really cool to see these youngsters running out onto the court. Traditional four-wall players going out and playing two-bounce big ball out here. Ricky, again, you were talking about your brother, Shorty. He was really more into small ball at the time that you and Samson kind of picked each other as doubles partners, and now he's starting to excel in big ball, but he can play it all just like you can. And I don't know if you still play small ball much, or you just focus your sights on big ball.
No, I try to play more small ball as well, but it's kind of difficult, you know, with the tournaments out here. There's not many, and the quality of players is, you know, hard to find that much competition out here when we don't really play much out here. Big ball, we play, you know, there's competition every day. So I'm trying to focus more on what I think, you know, will help me out with my game, and that's play both.
And like you said, it's the future of handball. It's kind of hard to get away from the future and go to something else, but I know you guys are all proficient at small ball. You play small ball, 3-wall, 4-wall, big ball. Heck, you'll play with 2 walls or even 1 wall if you can find one. Now, last year you flew over to New York, right? Or were you going to do it this year?
No, I was gonna go, but I didn't happen to go. Samson and Sal went out there, you know, and they really got their ass whooped.
Well, they tried, though. You're listening to the voice of Ricky Ruiz, who has just been deducted 35 points for his use of the verbiage, the word ass. Got deducted points and money, Dave Fink is telling me on a text message. Actually, Dave Fink, you had some questions for Ricky. I don't know if Dave is still with us. It looks like he's sitting in a chair at his balcony. If you can see the WPH logo up there, see that person sitting in a chair off to the right? That's Dave Fink. But we have Ricky Ruiz in here. It's always nice looking back, seeing the crowds here at the show court in Fountain Valley, California. I'm sure you're also very proud to have the sport that you love showcased this much on TV and on this live broadcast. Ricky Ruiz is in with us, and Samson Hernandez and himself in the finals here to face Gilberto Rosales and Raul Calvillo. What is going to be the strategy for your team when it comes to that final match? I'm sure no one on their camp is listening, but do you have a strategy?
Yeah, we're gonna try to minimize our hand errors and try to, you know, play more of boxers left and try to keep the ball away from, you know, from Raul's front court game, because he's very efficient with his shots. So we're just gonna try to avoid that and keep him, you know, keep it going and play up high, go for our kills, and hopefully they fall in.
Now, what we witnessed with Samson Hernandez is that his left hand is about as the best thing we've really ever seen as we watch this final play here on a replay. This is that final rally. That's that shot right there that your brother made. Unbelievable shot. But Samson's left hand is remarkable, and Gilberto's left hand is not very good, but his right hand is remarkable. So it's kind of a strange contrast over on that left side. I can see you guys having an advantage over on the left side of the court.
Yeah, we should, you know, but you know, it's a tough match. You know, Boxer's very strong, so he's not gonna give away any easy shots as well. So it's gonna come out, you know, whatever team wants it the most is gonna win.
You're watching the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball live here at Los Caballeros Sports Village, Fountain Valley, California. There's a group of youngsters playing double bounce right now. We talked to Dave Chapman about this about a month back, trying to figure out when this double bounce game took place for the first time. Do you recall the first time you ever played it? What year was it? Yeah, I'm sure you're probably only 3 or 4 years old.
This was probably like 1996, my first tournament that I ever went to.
How young were you in '96?
About 7. I was 7 years old.
So you've been playing handball since you were about 7, 6,
Yeah.
7. And your
7
father
years.
plays. Is he here at the tournament?
Yeah, he played in the event as well, but you know, he lost in the first round. You know.
Was he in the pro division?
Yeah.
Nice.
He lost to Juan Santos and his partner.
We're getting ready for game number 2 to line up here, and then you're going to go in and get ready to play your final match. And this one's for all the bragging rights. I heard they said that there's going to be about 1,000 people show up to watch the finals. I don't know what type of network you have, but you guys get on the phone and start calling people, and they all come down and watch, or?
You know what? Most of these guys I hardly ever see, but they somehow know how to get here, find out about the matches, and they just call each other, I guess. And they'll eventually come out. They'll be here, most of them.
We're back into the court here. This is game number 2. Your brother and Pee Wee Castro winning the first one, 21-20. Now, how is diving on this court here? I was playing tennis recently, and I dove for a ball, and I still have scars on my hands, and that was just one time, and I see you guys going down to the floor a lot on the surface.
No, the surface isn't that bad as I thought it was. You can pretty much dive here. It wouldn't be that bad. Just knowing how to dive, I guess.
And not being 400 pounds when you do it. Can't really hear the referee's mic like we were earlier.
Side out.
There's a side out call.
There's Mike.
Listen for the score.
0, serving 1.
The last match went 21-20. These guys have played a lot of handball today.
Second man.
How do you like the prize money that's being offered
0,
here,
serving
Ricky?
1.
It's great. It's the biggest prize money that's ever been offered in big ball.
Isn't that great? It's amazing.
The best thing. I was originally gonna enter the small ball doubles, but when I heard you guys were having big
He
ball,
wanted that. I'm
You had to
giving
hold
him that.
back.
Yeah.
He wanted.
Now, they said next year they're going to
Second
institute
man,
singles
0,
and
serving
doubles. I
1.
don't know how you're going to be able to go 5 rounds of singles and 5 rounds of double. They only let you play one way. So what are you going to decide to do? Try to stick with doubles? And if so, Samson is going to go over to the singles. Will you try to go that way, or are you going to stay in doubles next
1,
year?
serving 1.
I rather go where the competition is. Where the competition is.
Out.
If everyone's playing singles,
Side
I'm not
out.
gonna stick to doubles. If everyone's playing doubles, I'll
1,
play doubles.
serving 1.
I'm trying to win a title where I know I beat the best and not say I won because no one was in the division.
The ball's going to be out. Score here is
2,
1-1.
serving 1.
Make that 2-1.
Down ball.
Well, that's commendable, Ricky. I know that a lot of other players say things like that.
Second man, 2, serving 1.
I can't relate to that. I always admire it
Side
when I
out.
hear somebody say that they go where the competition is. I always try to go the opposite direction of competition. I see the good guys are playing in the tournament. I don't enter. So I respect you for that.
Over.
But I can see the turnout being out here. If you went
Check
singles
ball.
and doubles, the turnout would be
Another ball. Throw another ball.
absolutely huge, especially with the prize money that's being offered.
1,
And this
serving
court
2.
was fairly inexpensive to build.
This was, I think this is the best court they've ever built that I've played in.
Yeah, isn't it great? It's so
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, no bad bounces, nothing at all. It was just a great court.
They decided to put more
Point.
metal studs up in there to allow better bounce. I mean, it is really solid.
No, it's very good. It's a very good court.
2.
I think you could even play with a small ball out here. And
Yeah, you could.
Point.
now, I wouldn't want to ruin a perfectly good big ball court
3, serving
and even
2.
have a small ball touch it, though, because smart move right there from your brother.
Down ball.
You're watching the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball. This is the 3rd place match between Shorty Ruiz and his partner, Pee Wee Castro, and
Second man, 3, serving
Edgar
2.
Abrajo and Andrew Diaz. I'm sure I said Abrajo's name wrong because I can't roll my R's very well. My wife tried to tell me
Point.
how to say it correctly, and it was unbelievable the way she did it. Can you do it?
4,
Can you
serving 2.
say Edgar's name?
Arapo.
See, I can't. I knew it.
Say Arapo.
Abrajo.
There you go.
Point.
Okay. That's what she tried to get me to do too, and I just gave up and just said Abrajo.
5, serving 2.
or you can just call him by his nickname.
Which is Cheerios.
Much easier.
That's what I thought.
Side out.
Do you play with these guys locally?
We just play more when they have tournaments in their area. They're they play out there in Riverside. So try to play as much as we can with all the competition.
Look at that shot right there from Uber Pee Wee Castro.
Pee Wee's doing good in this tournament.
Serving 5.
Pee Wee's picking up on 3-wall pretty quickly here for a guy that never really played.
No, Pee Wee's, he's done very well in this tournament. I think if he had a little bit more experience, maybe about, maybe just a month out here, I think they would have. It was a tough match with us. I think they would have beat us if they would have a little bit more experience.
He made a few errors.
A few costly errors in the end.
Point.
See him right now, he's putting the ball away, using the walls.
7. Serving 2. Point.
Score now 8-2. There's a 1-minute timeout. We're also going to take a timeout here in the booth. We'll be back with more action in just a bit. Stick with us at racefor8.com.
You're doing a great job. How you doing, Tom? You've been over that much. Hey. I've played on it for a long time also. You know what I do is I just play in summertime. It's hard to say no. It's always hard to say no. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Time it.
And we are back live at Los Caballeros. The crowd, Ricky,
Here we go.
having a good time. Maybe a little too much of a good time back there.
Here we go.
Don't know what they're cheering at.
8 serving 2.
We lost our analysis from Dave Fink.
Having some microphone difficulties, but I might be back in, Dave.
Well, I can hear you now, but
Okay.
what was going on there with that, with the crowd during that timeout?
There was some banter between the second level here, which is the Simple Green luxury box, and some of the patrons down courtside couldn't understand exactly what they were saying, Dave.
I thought that the Simple Green glass cleaning gal, nice overhand tomahawk right there from Shorty Ruiz. I thought the glass cleaning gal came out for a moment, but I didn't see her. But Ricky Ruiz is going to take a break. He's going to go get ready for his finals match, which will come up here in just a few minutes. Ricky, we want to thank you for stopping by the booth. Dave, did you have anything you want to say to Ricky before he leaves?
Well, I asked about 10 times, but unfortunately my microphone was off. But Ricky, how difficult is it to play against your brother in these big championships?
Side out.
You know what? We've always played against each other in the juniors, not national but local tournaments. So it's always I enjoy beating my brother just for the fact that he's always beat me before, and getting the victories against him was feels good, but tough loss for him. I feel bad, but competition is competition.
Now, you guys are close, right, Ricky?
Yeah.
How is he older than you?
Yeah, he's 2 years older than me.
Serving 10.
2 years older and 2 feet smaller. Hence the term shorty. We have a shorty playing with a peewee out there.
Point.
But then again, they're playing against the Cheerios, and I don't know what Diaz's nickname is, but I hope it's not another breakfast cereal. Frosted Flakes, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know what Diaz's nickname is, but Anyway, Ricky, thanks for stopping by the booth. We'll
Yeah, I know.
hopefully
I'm
chat
just
with you
saying.
later, and good luck in your match versus the boxer and Raul.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, talk to you later. Ricky Ruiz exiting the booth now as he is going to go warm up, and it is starting to get chilly out here courtside, Dave. That coastal fog has rolled back in, or it's kind of a high haze or something up here. I can tell that the weather's changed. It's certainly colder.
Well, the mercury might say that it's in the mid 60s, Dave, but the air makes it feel like it's about 51 or 52 degrees out here. Very chilly.
Serving 5.
Looks like
11,
Shorty and
five.
Pee Wee now completely in control here, and we could be starting our final, Dave, in just about 25 minutes.
Down ball.
Pee Wee nearly picking up the kill shot from his knees, but not quite.
Second man. 11 serving 5.
Score is 11-5. And you're right, I just looked at weather.com, currently 59 degrees at
Okay.
the facility.
It actually feels quite a bit chillier than that, Dave.
12 serving 5.
Well, they have heaters in those luxury boxes, Dave. I know you don't know how to turn one on. The referee let them play through that.
Point.
I actually don't.
I knew you wouldn't.
13 serving 5. Down ball.
Now it's 14-5, and this one's starting to fall away for Arvajo,
14 serving 5.
a.k.a. Cheerios, and his doubles partner, Andrew Diaz.
Well, these guys look totally
Down ball.
spent right
Side
now.
out.
Shorty and Pee Wee
Hold up. Hold up. 2 ball.
just about to put the finishing touches on this match, Dave. I believe they'll close out this match in their
5
next service
serving
inning.
14.
Well, it hasn't stopped the crowds from pouring in. I'm over here near the entrance. Dave, you're up there in the balcony, and I'm seeing groups and groups of people starting to pour in from south of the park here. And I'm talking about
5 serving 14.
15 at a time. Right now you can see it's
Side out.
what I see from the camera angle about 8 or 9 deep in the gallery here.
14 serving 5.
Starting at the first step, going all the way back up and into the luxury suite.
I don't know where those groups of 15 will go then.
I don't know either, honestly. I guess they're going to have to be up there with you.
5.
Well, Nacho Delgado's guarding the entrance.
Good ball. Side out.
That just clipped the outside of the line. It only needs to hit 1% of the line for it to be good. That was mostly out, but it did clip.
Point. No, down ball. Second man. 5 serving 14. Over. Five serving 14.
Perfect lob there.
Point.
Great shot selection and awareness.
6 serving 14. Point.
There's another point now, 7-14.
7 serving 14.
Shorty might have been able to track that ball down in
Point.
his opening rounds, Dave, but his legs a little bit heavier now than they were when this event
Go.
began on
8,
Friday.
Serving 14.
8-14 here. This is the men's third place, and now a point at 19. These guys are starting to pick away at the score, Dave, and a timeout is being called by Pee Wee Castro and Shorty Ruiz. We're also going to take one in the booth. We'll be back in just a bit. For Dave Fink, I'm Dave Vincent at race48.com. And we are back live here after that timeout.
Point.
Cheerios and Diaz now with a 6th straight point.
10, serving 14.
10-14.
Over.
There's contact there between Shorty
Here we go.
and Team Diaz.
10, serving 14. Side out.
And there's a side out. This is game number 2. We have the finals coming up next.
14, serving 10. Over. 14, serving 10. Down ball. Point.
Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball here at Los Cab
15,
in Fountain Valley, California. Now the weather's starting to turn toward the negative here, but I'm sure it won't affect the finals much. They haven't turned the lights on here either. I don't know if Dave Fink is still with us.
I'm actually here with Boxer Rosales. Dave, Boxer, how excited are you for this final? You won both divisions in Vegas, the singles and the doubles. Now you're trying to defend that, coming in as the hunted.
Yeah, right now I think the odds are against me, but I'm ready to defend my title. And I'm gonna go all out. Samson's been itching for a rematch, so I'm gonna give him his rematch. See what happens.
Do you and Samson have an opportunity to spar against one another between events, or do you guys just hook up at these big events?
No, we actually play each other like two or three times a week. We play at the same park, so it's not anything not normal for us not to play. We play against each other all the time.
Do you guys show each other all of your shots when you're playing each other in practice, or do you try and save something for when you play each other in these big events?
Actually, in practice, I like winning, and so does he. So we go all out even in practice. We play $20 games. Sometimes we play up to 4 or 5 hours straight.
Wow.
So we go at it with everything we have. So he knows what I got, I know what he has. So just whoever has a better game on the day.
Serving 10.
All right, well, I saw you do some shadow boxing here. I'll let you get back to your warm-ups. Good luck today in the finals. We can't wait to watch.
That's a good interview right there with a guy that doesn't talk much, Dave. I don't know how you were able to do that.
Game point. Possible match. Serving 10.
Here it is, possible match.
Game.
And they did it. Pee Wee Castro and Shorty Ruiz take down third place, and we're going to get ready for the men's finals with Samson Hernandez and Ricky Ruiz versus the voice that you just heard a few moments ago, Boxer Rosales and his partner Raul Calvillo. We'll be back
I'm here
in
with
just a bit.
Shorty Ruiz. Shorty, unfortunately today didn't go your way in the semifinals, but you look pretty good there playing for third place. You excited to watch your brother here play for this big championship in the final?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Should have been me or him, you know. At least one of us made it to the final, so it should be pretty good. So hopefully, you know, he pulls it out.
Will you be one of these guys screaming and cheering for your brother, Ricky, and partner Samson?
No, I wouldn't be. Support my boy, so, you know, I got to support both of them. So I'll just stay quiet.
All right, Shorty. Well, you're definitely one of our favorite players to watch here. It was great watching. We got to see you twice today. Go ahead and maybe put a sweatshirt on and enjoy the rest of the day here. Good seeing you, Shorty. Okay.
Dave Fink, thank you very much for going courtside there with Shorty Ruiz. We have the men's finals coming up right around the corner, and we are going to take a break. We'll be back in just a bit. For Dave Fink, I'm Dave Vincent. The men's finals of the Pro Doubles here at the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball coming up next.